What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to everybody out there in YouTube land. This is the Nerve of You podcast, episode 10. It's going down right now. Check it out, man. We got a hot topic today. Highly requested topic by a few people. And, man, we're going to get to it, man. We're going to do a man's point of view, woman's point of view on who cheats more, why they cheat, how they cheat, the motivations behind it, you dig? And it's going down. Yo, man, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram as well. Follow me on Instagram at CBoogie Productions. Let me see. Looking at the chat a little bit right now. And shout out to the chat room as well. This is a live podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? So if you got a question, because I'm looking at the chat room, if you have a question for me, all you got to do is ask your question, super chat it, make sure I'll see it. It'll be highlighted, and I guarantee I'll get to it. So, all right, let's chop it up, man. Y'all see the thumbnail. You dig? Who cheats more, men or women? That's the question, man. My thing is this, man. Right? If we're going to keep it 100, I would say, just off the top of my head, men cheat more, man. You know what I'm saying? Men cheat more. Not to say that women don't cheat, but here's the thing. A lot of the dirt that women be doing, we'll never know. You see what I'm saying? It's one of those G15 classified type of situations that unless you the guy that a woman's cheating with, honestly, you truly don't know what a woman's really up to, man. So my thing is this, man. You don't just have cheating in the realm of sex. You dig? That's not the case, man. Matter of fact, it just hit me. I would say emotional cheating is worse than the art of sex. Let me give y'all a little scene. Real talk. Y'all hit the like button for me. As a man, right? Would you be more upset if you caught your woman having sex with somebody real quick? Or you walked in the house and she's sitting on his lap feeding him grapes and rubbing on the back of his neck hairs? You know what I mean? That's rough. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't want neither one of them. Either one, we gonna spaz and, probably catch me a case. But at the end of the day, I would rather for them to be smashing than to be walking around the park holding hands, because at that point, he got her heart. It's a wrap. You see what I'm saying? Like, sex is just sex, man. You know what I mean? And not to say that cheating's good, because I don't condone it. I'm saying it again. I don't condone it. You dig? But what I'm saying is, yo, man, we all know that in life, we've had sex with certain people. That was it. Wham, bam. It was a little fling, or you might have did it a few times, and then you kept it moving with your life. There wasn't no emotional attachments to it. And then you got the emotional attachment thing. That could go on for years, and you never touched that person. You never even slept in the bed with that person with your clothes on. You see what I'm saying? Y'all just mentally stimulate each other. Y'all emotionally stimulate each other. Y'all never got to touch each other. She could be having sex with her dude, her current dude, and think about the guy with the emotional attachment. That's why the game is so dirty. And y'all know the motto at the Time Game Division: can you stay clean in the dirty game? It's all about staying clean. That's my thing, because the game is dirty. It's undeniable. But can you, my friend, stay clean? So anyway, boom. But let's just keep it a buck, man. If we just going, just keep it real, you know what I mean? Men cheat more. That's just the reality of the situation, man. You know what I mean? We'll never know an accurate number on a woman's sexual life. There's no type of ancestry test that we can give her. Like, you can't prick a woman, get blood, and see what she's doing sexually. You see what I'm saying? You can draw inference from her behavior. You can see if the vajayjay tight or not. It's certain little things that you can have a guesstimate on, but at the end of the day, Jones, you ain't never gonna know who, when, and how many dudes or women been with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes online playing Sherlock Holmes. You dig? Real talk. Thinking they know a woman's sexual patterns when, you just don't. And that's something that women, they keep discreet by design. Now, things have upgraded through the years, social media and certain things. Again, we can monitor women's activities a little bit more, but again, you don't know. A lot of women cheat on a job. It's going to be 100. You did. Hold on, y'all. Let me sip this caramel. Starbucks cut that check. So, like I was saying, one thing I noticed, dog, a lot of women cheat on a job. That's just what it is, man. For whatever reason, a lot of women feel like they cannot do an 8-hour day, 40-hour work week, right? Well, a 40-hour work week without being emotionally attached to a man on the job. Like this is one of the oddest things. And look, I've been on jobs where, I've slept with women on the job. Don't know if they had a boyfriend, man at home, or whatever the case is. But I can't really think of a job that I had that I didn't have some type of relationship with one of the women that was working there. It happens, man. And again, that ain't really nothing you can really handle as a man. There's nothing you can really do about it. You can't. What, you going to get a job with her? You going to work beside her? You going to be our boss now? You see what I'm saying? So, it's one of those things where, hey, if you find out at the office Christmas party, you're going to get some punch, and you just get that feeling, at the end of the day, she should be taking the Uber home because something ain't right. And let me tell you something, a show enough sign, too. Like, when you at that same office Christmas party, right? When you at that office Christmas party, and then, girl cutting up, woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? You just sense something. Your spidey senses tingling. They going off a little bit. You know what I mean? You kind of just feel it. A lot of dudes, man, because a lot of dudes don't want to be cool. They don't know how to be cool. They low-key want to make it known that they smashing on your girl or whatever, that they smashing on the chick and shit. So a lot of dudes, they not going to outright come and tell you, you know what I mean? But because they know, a dude will really hurt you behind his woman. It is what it is. But a lot of dudes going to let it be known in one way or the other. They going to be trying to, here goes some of the signs. They're going to try to be extra friendly with your girl. You know what I'm saying? Having conversations that ain't got nothing to do with the Christmas party or nothing to do with the job, or overly having the conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like, he don't even want to let the girl go. You know what I'm saying? He just want to have these silly conversations. And he want to, let you know low-key that him and your lady are more intimate than just co-workers. Be like, yeah, like, remember that time? You know what I mean? And you got to see the signs. As soon as you see the signs, Christmas party, no Christmas party, you better show your ass. Facts. At the end of the day, I'm into teaching people lessons, right? That'll be the last time she cheat on a man. And I'll leave it at that. Every time she think about you, you know what I mean? She be having some type of cheating PTSD. Whole Christmas tree. Wow. Nah, I'm playing. Nah, real talk. But seriously though, man, like, no man really want to be in that position. And like, that's one thing I noticed, man. A lot of women cheat on the job, bruh. It is what it is. A lot of fellas, y'all need to take heed. If she get off at 5, and she usually get home at 5:28, she might get home at 5:34 if she stopped at Wendy's to get a Frosty. But you know the schedule. If all of a sudden she getting home at 5:55, 6:04, yeah, I mean 6:12, ain't that much traffic in the world, man. You know what I mean? Something just ain't right. She took the scenic route to make that phone call. Trust and believe that, Holmes. So at the end of the day, fellas, you got to be aware. Yo, let me tell you something. Matter of fact, because a lot of things is downloading to my brain. And it just dawned on me. A lot of men these days aren't intuitive enough to keep up with women. You see what I'm saying? And it's not the fact that they put all their trust in a woman or they don't really trust themselves or whatever, but at the end of the day, those spidey senses that I'm talking about, that shit develops over time. You see what I'm saying? Like, you really got to go through some shit first to develop the spidey sense. Like, you're not just going to be born or read a couple books or watch some content to get that. You got to go through this a couple times on both sides. You need to be cheated on, and you probably should be a guy that a woman cheated on with. So you know it from all angles, and that way you just know when something ain't right. That way you're not overreacting to stuff too, because, you know, you don't want to accuse your lady. You don't want to keep accusing your lady of cheating when she not. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just one of those things that I'm speaking for the fellas today. You know what I mean? I'm always hold it down for the dogs. Let's go, fellas! But the point is, you know, at the end of the day, though, you know, I don't condone men cheating either. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you just a player, you got multiple women, salute you. But I don't condone men cheating either. You know what I'm saying? If you give a woman, you know, a commitment, or, you know, if you give a woman your word, stand on that. Let that be law. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the word is. You see what I'm saying? Like, Rose, like, what you think, just from your experience, and I probably know what you're going to say, who you think cheat more, women or men?
Definitely men cheat more.
You say definitely? Whoa. You know what I mean? Because I was over here speaking about just my observations, and, you know, I'm insinuating on the facts over here. We doing alternate facts. How can you say definitely?
Well, not by experience, but just, you know, just being, you know, just living and hearing stories and looking at statistics. Men cheat more in a relationship, in a marriage. It's just what y'all do.
But I just told you, women, we'll never know. Matter of fact, really quick before we appreciate that $5 Cash App, Jack 3D. Sarge, good to see you doing well, man. Love the new setup. No doubt. The new digs is fly, man. You know, y'all do me a favor in the live chat room on the podcast. Y'all hit the like button for me one time. Let this thing get up in the algorithm, please. So, back to you. Now, you heard what I said earlier. Now, I said, and you should know this as a woman, at least you can admit that, we will never know 100% of a woman's history or what she's doing or what she did with her body, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
That's just something that we not going to know, and it's by design. You know what I'm saying? It's by design.
Thank God.
But at the end of the day, right, if women keep, you know, a lot of this stuff discreet, how can you say with a straight face and certainty that a woman cheats less than a man? You know what I mean? How can you really say that?
I can say with certainty, because it's very hard for a woman to cheat versus a man to cheat, because he doesn't really. He has to answer to his woman, but not as much as a woman has to answer to her man.
But hold on, before you keep going. But that's why women go to the lengths and the extent to keep this stuff discreet, under wraps. And honestly, a lot of women in the realm of cheating and being sneaky, women are good at what they do.
Yes, we're good at what we do, but when it gets too far, we almost have to make that decision on, I'm just going to have to leave because I can't hold it up any longer. Yeah. That's when it gets too far, we're like, you know what? Instead of me getting caught, I'd rather leave.
Well, that leads me to, because we're going to push the conversation further, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good conversation, I think. So now, boom. You know, you said a woman would rather leave because it got too far. And I can dig it. I can say there's some truth to that. Now it leads me to a different conversation. Now, for a lot of men, just because we got some nookie from a rookie don't mean that we want to leave our wife or girl. Like, no. The wife's still the wife. But the difference is when a woman she's cheating for a reason. I mean, it's very seldom that a woman just gonna cheat just for the sex. I mean, that happens. Don't get it twisted, but it's more dangerous because she cheating with a guy she like.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's one of them. It's one of those dirty things. Like, yo.
Remember when you said that a man can love any type of woman? Like, he can love a whore. You know, he can love her for being his whore.
Yeah.
He can love her for being his wife. He can love another woman for being who she is and what she fulfills in his life. That goes to men too. If men are truly cheating with no emotions, they would hire a whore. But they are not.
What's the fun in that?
Exactly. Because they want the woman's soul.
Why would we take money out the household? Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. Why would we take money out the household and give it to a whore when we keep the money in the household and I can just work my mojo? I mean, that's asinine.
I mean, some women will rather you do that versus being with a woman and you're feeding her dreams of replacing me.
Who said a man is doing that?
Most men, I believe, is doing that. I don't think men are upfront. I mean, there used to be a time when men used to do that. They were honorable cheaters. They will tell the women.
We're going to coin that term tonight, people. Honorable cheaters. I like that. You learned something.
They were honorable cheaters. And I got this from you. There used to be a time where men used to tell the side women, yes, I will never leave my wife. I'm never leaving my family for you. And, you know, he'll probably throw her something or take care of her. But he made it known that that's not going to happen. But nowadays, men are looking to the side women, potential side women, and letting them say, hey, and letting them kind of convince them to leave their family.
No, that's a fact. Like, even dudes, modern dudes, have gotten so weak that they let the side woman get into their psyche and have them throwing the wife under the bus. Now, I've seen this. So I got a contest, and I talked about this before. I'm like, y'all dudes are wild. Y'all out here in the streets. A lot of y'all dudes out here in the streets throwing your wife and kids smack under the bus.
Right.
Just to impress the side pussy. And at the end of the day, you know what you're going to end up in the very end? With nobody.
Right.
Because you think the side girl ever truly going to respect you?
Right.
Like, if you are an honorable cheater, then maybe you can have something going on with the side piece if you leave the wife, if you did it the right way. She'd be like, wow, you know what? At least he stood on principle. He was wrong, but I still like him. But
right.
If you throwing your wife and kids under the bus?
Yeah, because he's still, even though he's cheating, he's still showing a level of loyalty. Because there's levels, right? So there is levels of effery, right? So
Facts.
So nowadays men are going around saying, hey, I would like, here's the carrot, which is the position of wife, or I'll give you my commitment. I want you to prove yourself to me, and you'll get that position. And that's the mindset, because they are, I don't know if they're done with their marriage, or for whatever reason they don't want the shame that comes along with just leaving outright because they are unhappy or whatever. So they leave it up to the woman to convince him to leave. And if she's, I guess, does the right things, says the right, things, and or look a certain way, he'll go through with it. Or the dirty part of the game, he'll never leave his wife, and he'll let her continue proving herself to him.
Cold world.
Right.
So I can dig it. You know what I mean? But like I say, fellas, you know, that is it. And like most of the fellas understand that, you know, for the most part, it's way more dangerous when a woman cheats than a man cheats. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Because a man can cheat on his wife with a homeless hooker. Come home, wash his penis off, and sit at the table for dinner, won't crack a sweat. Like, you know what? That was nothing. I just needed to, you know what I mean, fill my biological needs. And, you know, I just
tune up or something.
Yeah, I just wanted to conquer something. But, you know what I mean? I'm still devoted to my family. But if a woman, first of all, she's not going to sleep with a homeless crackhead.
Yeah.
/ hooker. That's for one. And then for two, you know what I mean? If she getting her needs met somewhere else, yo, man, there's a process that's going to happen. Fellas, y'all got to really understand, because it got to be with the right dude. See, the right dude, when he come and get in that woman's ear, she going to turn against the husband or the boyfriend. Trust me, I know. She going, yo, okay, I call it a seasoned man. If a woman cheating on her man with a seasoned dude that know what he doing, and that really got the patience to go through with this whole thing, a seasoned man, he gonna be waiting in the cut like a panther, just sitting there, and he understand, yo, this relationship is on ice, and she at a vulnerable state. I gotta strike while the iron's hot. And what the woman gonna do, she gonna start to look at her man. Forget the past 8 years of everything he did. He done put her in the house, got a new whip, the kids is good, bills paid up. Nah, a woman would literally, in a weak, vulnerable, whack moment, a woman would forget about all that, because a temporary nigga is in her ear at the time and giving her a good time and making her feel special and all of that, when this man providing, protecting, holding the family down is his love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he may not make you feel like he did in the beginning. It be like that. Relationships go up and down. Marriages, all that stuff, they go up and down. It's like a roller coaster. It's not going to be like the first night every single night. But his devotion and his commitment to hold the family down is his love.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But a woman, at the end of the day, she'll forget about all that when she get open, she get vulnerable with a new dude, and he got her senses going off, and she's tingling downstairs, and you know what I'm saying? She like to hear that brand new game, and she like to feel sexy, you know what I mean, and all that. At the end of the day, man, y'all fellas, y'all really gotta look out for this type of shit, man, because hold on, man. Damn, I hate when somebody call my phone when I'm live. It's a major pet peeve. So yeah, you know what I mean, fellas, y'all gotta understand. And a lot of women, not all, because some women don't care. A lot of women, they don't really want to sleep with the side dude and the man really at the same time. They might give it to them both in the same week, but a dude can go smash the side chick, come home to the wife with a straight face, and give her some dick straight lace. You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
Dirty game. Dirty.
But I'm staying clean. But for a woman, she may not necessarily want to do that. And when a woman, if she don't want to sleep with the man and the side piece in the same day, dog, this is when it get ugly, because she gonna make the man suffer. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be walking around with a tampon inside of her. Y'all got to see the signs. She gonna be walking around with the big drawers on. Her hair ain't gonna be done all of a sudden.
Didn't brush her teeth.
Yeah, there's gonna be dishes in the sink. And what she's doing, fellas, is she's trying to get all the sexual energy out the house, so you won't be horny. You know what I'm saying? The house gonna be a little bit dirty. She just not gonna be on her feminine. She gonna be sending you on all kind of errands to the store. All of a sudden, she need all kind of Pepto-Bismol, green peppers and shit. So your day gonna be filled up. So by the time y'all even lay in the bed, she knocked out with some big granny drawers on with a tampon inside of her, and you over there trying to figure out what's going on. But this is what women do because she already been giving it up to the side dude. You know what I'm saying? She probably smashed him lunchtime at work.
And that's at that point, she's kind of like, I should just go ahead and leave. That's when she's like,
oh yeah, she already checked out.
Thinking about making that decision, because it's very hard for a woman to cheat, because like most men, they could go out after work, they could go to the club or go to their friend's house. They have way more leniency. They don't have to come straight home, and women are lenient with them too. So they could come at 12 o'clock in the morning. They could come home at that time. Yeah, there will be an argument, but it's not going to be like, I mean, she'll get over it. But if a woman does that, oh yeah, it's over. The relationship is over. You know, he'll probably be like, yeah, go stay with where you was at.
Nah, I can dig it. I think, hold on. No, I can dig it. What?
Oh, no, sorry.
No, I think that it has levels to it too, because look, when you get on a certain level, you ain't playing no games out here. Like, if you check those lunchtime hotel rooms, like that's on a different level where they just get on some elaborate, like, you know what, we're not even gonna play with this. We're gonna, you know, get the hotel room, whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, or if a woman really got time on her hands, she could take a flight from like DC to Raleigh, North Carolina, and be back and home for dinner.
Wow.
You know, I mean, this stuff be going on. Not to say that all women do this, but if needed be, she can leave out early in the morning. That's about an hour flight, hour some change. Yeah, it's about an hour and some change. You can go to Raleigh to Atlanta. That's like a 45-minute flight. Literally, I took it millions of times. 45 minutes. Let's say her flight was 8:45 in the morning. Boom. She done hit Atlanta by 9:45. She got 4 or 5 hours to play. She need to be back on that bird.
Wow.
At least by 2:30 p.m. Get home, clean up a little bit, freshen up, and by the time everybody get home, she got dinner ready. Yo, these type of things can really happen, and a lot of dudes don't. I mean, guys can do it too. I'm just not gonna single that out to women because that'd be wrong or whatever. But what I'm saying is, you know, it's levels, and people can get very elaborate with this stuff. When a person want to cheat, when that spirit get on them, or them urges, or they just want to be curious or whatever, at the end of the day, they gonna do it.
They thinking of a master plan. What song was that?
I got nothing but sweat inside my hand. You know what I'm saying? Yo, real talk.
You know, question.
Shout out to Rakim. Go ahead.
Right. Who helps facilitate these cheating relationships? Are men more willing to help a woman cheat on her man, or are women more willing to help cheat on his woman?
Say the question another way.
Who is willing to be the side chick or the side man? Are men saying, hey, hands up, pick me, or are women saying it?
I think men don't mind being side penis, and women don't mind being a side chick. You know, to the right man, within reason, not to every guy, but for a guy that they like, women will be the side chick for years for a guy they like.
Okay. You
know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the reality. They'll be the side chick. You know what's funny? Something just dawned on me, too. It's a lot of main chicks that are side chicks. I wanted to speak about this for a second, because, no, real talk.
Damn.
It just dawned on me, like, and this is for the delusional women. A lot of y'all think y'all main chicks, but y'all really side chicks that's a placeholder. And let that man bump into a woman he really like, you out of there. You
Finished.
ain't. You said highly finished. Real talk.
Damn.
Like, it really just dawned on me, you know, a lot of people in people's lives, men, women, this is everybody, right? A lot of people are only placeholders temporarily, and you getting cheated like you temporary. You see what I'm saying?
That was golden.
I mean, real talk, like you getting temporary treatment, and a lot of women, particularly women, don't understand why they on this hamster wheel trying to prove themselves to a certain man, and it seemed like every time they hit the benchmark, he pushed the field goal post back and back. Well, you the side chick playing the main chick until the real main chick come into his life. This is why, let me tell you something. A lot of women don't understand. A woman could be with a man for 8, 9, 10 years and be begging to be married. Begging. Damn near crying. Done got it. Your mama to call him, daddy to call him. Y'all put him on a, she still, they made a mistake. I had a baby from this dude and all that. He won't marry you. Then you look up. He done met some chick and he was married within 7 months. And a lot of women don't understand, but that's your answer. You was the side chick playing the main chick. You see what I'm saying?
So she was the side chick to the woman of his dreams, the potential future woman of his dreams.
The potential future woman that he wants. Yes.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Damn, I think that's probably one of the best game I ever heard.
I mean, like this. I mean, it's facts. And it really just dawned on me as we were just talking about cheating and all of that. Who cheat more? Who facilitate what? It's like, well, again, the game's so dirty, that it can really get to that point. A lot of people are placeholders. You know what I mean? That's a fact. But a lot of women are side chicks in the main woman's role. But if that main woman come, no matter when she come, she can come next month, she can come 3 years from now. The side chick going right back to side chick a position.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Or he's going to push her out totally because the wifey ain't playing that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, yeah, like my man said, DT, runner up. No. She the runner up chick. Shout out to the runner up chicks. Y'all keep the ecosystem going. Shout out to the side women playing maid women duties. Y'all keep the world going around.
And what's so sad about that woman is that she thinks that he is the best option for her when she could have been the main chick, the woman of another man's dreams that whole time.
I don't give a damn about that woman. Like, my thing is this. In life, everybody want what they want. Got to pay that cost. Whatever that cost should be. See, I don't necessarily feel bad. I can empathize with people. I don't feel bad for people because at the end of the day, when I look back at something, I'm looking at something three-dimensionally. A lot of people are one or two-dimensional thinkers. So, I think three-dimensionally, and I always start with myself. So if I'm looking at anybody's situation or even my situation, and I realize, like, you know what? You ain't even taking consideration, one, who you are as a woman or as a man. Two, you definitely ain't take into consideration the other person. And three, you completely ignored your needs. You completely ignored what was good for you. Instead, you chase what you want. You chase what you wanted, rather. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not here to say that that's right or wrong. But what I'm saying is, when you ignored all the other guys that would have treated you like a queen, and they was out there proving themselves, when you ignored all the other guys that told you, like, look, I'll never do you like that, and they was willing to show you, and you chase what you wanted, whatever was the stronghold to keep you beholden to that particular guy, that's what you deserve, that's what you earned, And life goes on. And at the end of the day, that's why I don't feel sorry for those type of people. Yo, we all got to live and we learn, and we got to grow up. You know what I mean? And that's probably the overall message I might leave with people on how we need to really grow up as adults. We claim we adults and we grown and all this shit. Look, we truly act like kids. But back to the conversation. Shout out to the side chicks playing main chick acting roles out here, because at the end of the day, you know, it's just a better environment. You know what I mean? Like y'all make this interesting. All the side chicks playing wifey. Y'all make life just a little bit more colorful. Y'all make it a little bit more. Y'all make life just a little bit more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot more fun. You know, when the side chick is playing main chick, you know, actress out here, because at the end of the day, y'all keep a lot of beds warm at night. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep a lot of stoves on lit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep a lot of y'all keep a lot of dudes drained. And look, it's a nasty, dirty game, but y'all chose to play it. If the only people that I would have any kind of leniency on is a man or a woman that didn't choose to play this dirty, trifling game, and they just got caught up in the rapture.
Damn.
At the end of the day, but when you choose to play this game, you pledge allegiance to the streets. And you say, I pledge allegiance to the streets. I'm going to take everything that come with this, good, bad, indifferent, and I'm going to die about it. I'm going to stand on principle, and I'm going to stand on business. And however the game come at me, I'm willing to accept it. Once you choose to play, you can't halfway play this game, man. Come on, dog. How you gonna halfway play this game? This is treachery. Y'all think y'all read books and y'all think y'all listen to content and all. Man, y'all ain't never, you know what I'm saying, get into the mind and the heart of a person that's desperate, thirsty, and they done got into predator mode. Ain't no books gonna tell you what somebody willing to do to you. You ain't never crack open somebody and get into their heart and realize, damn, man, it's a bunch of evilness in there. Yo, don't, this game so dirty. Me talking about it, I gotta take a shower. But y'all choose to play it. Y'all chose to play it. So play it with your poker face. And shut the hell up. You know what I mean? I'm tired of people complaining, man.
Amen.
And that's one of the things that just leave me aggy. Because I'm like, yo, man, all y'all want to be players and player acts and all this shit. Y'all want to do what y'all want. But see, when it's consequence time, when it's time to pay the piper, when it's time to talk to the judge, when it's time to pay up, you can't really find nobody. Everybody depressed and they crying, they need therapy. They, you know, want to get out and buy all kind of self-help books, and they want to do yoga and meditate. You chose this game.
Right.
You had the opportunity in life to be a good woman, to be a good man, to be faithful, to commit, to devote to your family, to all that. You had the right to live in your truth and live a moral life. You chose these streets. Now the cost too high for you to pay. Shut the hell up. Y'all got me tight. For real, because I hate it, man. Yo, man, let me tell you something, Jones. Look, you know, I've did wrong in relationships and whatnot, and once I realized that cost was really heavy when a woman did it to me, and I realized I don't like the way that feel. Like at the end of the day, you got to keep it simple, fellas. Like, look, I don't like the way that shit feel. You know what I mean? You just like, it don't feel good. You just, it's not no long intellectual explanation. It just don't feel good. So she did the same thing to you, right? And it's one of them things like, damn, man, okay. And then you learn your lesson, like, you know what? I don't ever want to feel this again. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, man, like, ain't no teacher like pain.
Right.
That's a universal teacher. We don't have to speak the same language. We don't speak the same language as the people in Tibet or Asia or, you know what I mean, Tanzania or whatever. No. But we understand pain together.
Right.
Period.
It's funny how people want to file for bankruptcy when it's their time to pay the price. You know, they don't want to pay up, and it's quite sad and hypocritical, and they're cowards.
Well, that's the human condition as well. Well, especially these days, this new generation of people, the social media generation, because we have lost all kind of accountability and ownership over our lives. I'm just being honest. You know, we don't want ownership over our lives. We don't want to take accountability. Now, if somebody come to me like, yo, Boogie, I'm sober, I'm conscious, I'm fully alert, I'm cheating on my girl, I can't argue with the dude. Like, bruh, clearly you thought about this.
Right.
Clearly you thought about the before and the after.
He chose violence.
It's up and it's stuck. At that point, I can't say nothing. Like, all right, bruh, you know the consequence. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know the consequences of drinking and driving. You know the consequences of, just doing certain things that's against the law, running a stoplight, running a stop sign, all this other type of shit. You know the consequences. So what we got to talk about?
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to give you my support to do the effery, but clearly you made a conscious decision, bruh. Handle your business. But let me tell you something. When it start raining, deal with that mud, bruh. And deal with it like a man. Period. That's all I ask. Deal with it like a G.
Right.
Stand on that. When you lose your family, when you lose your woman to a better guy or a different guy, you know what I mean? Or for the woman, you know, when your man kick you out on the streets, or, you know, he divorced you, when you come around, he got somebody finer, younger, more feminine, virtuous into the church and all that, and you trying to figure out, oh, why couldn't that be me? Well, at the end of the day, you got to stand on principle. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on. Got something to say?
I noticed that a lot of times when a woman is walking by herself, a guy would try to talk to her, and, you know, she'll say, oh, no, I have a boyfriend.
Why guys will persist?
Yes. Why don't men respect the boyfriend title? Is it because they don't truly value the boyfriend and girlfriend relationship? Had they respected if she said she had a husband or a fiance?
Maybe, because there's levels to everything, right? But the boyfriend situation, because there's so many women that, for one, it's multiple. And let me get into multiple reasons. For one, a lot of women throw that boyfriend piece out there to keep guys that they don't want away from them. So a lot of dudes been catching on through the years, like, he ain't really got no boyfriend for real.
Right.
So that's one. For two, we don't respect the boyfriend in this society. We don't respect that type of stuff. And a lot of dudes been through this where a woman will give you her number anyway, and she got a boyfriend, and she'll just talk to you on the side from time to time, or y'all chop it up, or even text or whatever. And these type of things could go on for 7, 8, 9 months. And then that one weekend, cracking. And it could have been just a 1-time or 2-time thing. But after a dude experienced that, you know, a couple times or even once, that boyfriend thing don't matter, because he understand the results. Like, yo, all I need her to do is bite. All I need her to do is bite. Like, you don't even need to get her number, even if she give you the Instagram. Boom, y'all just chop it up on the gram from time to time. It'd be that one weekend he acting funny, or they broke up for a week, or whatever the case is. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes want to keep that alive so they can. Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell y'all something, Jones, out there in YouTube world. At the end of the day, it's really for the fellas. All that male friend shit, that shit dead. Now, it's levels to it. You know what I mean? a woman gonna have associates, you know what I mean? Women gonna have certain people that, she might do business with or whatever the case. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about that male friend shit. Though, you know what I mean? All of that, that's dead. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Because the male friend is never to be trusted because he waiting for you to slip. And once you slip and she get vulnerable with him, he gonna start planting seeds in her mind. You see what I'm saying? So, fellas, you got to monitor that. Excuse me. Very, very close, man. I'm just being honest. A lot of the male friends, that's why I'll tell a woman, I ain't got no female friends that I ain't sleep with. I tell a woman off top, all my female friends is either ex-girlfriends or women that I have slept with. You ain't got nothing to worry about because I don't backtrack. I'll tell a woman quick, like, look, I don't backtrack, so you ain't got to worry about me sleeping with these women, but we cool. And, because I don't have a lot of broken heart women and women that just hate me. So I could be cool with women that I've been with in the past, and we could just kick it. Or, just check on each other, wish each other happy birthday and shit. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to come around a woman that I'm dating talking about my female friend. I don't even talk like that. So if I did talk like that, I'm telling on myself. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm clean. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Like, I ain't got no female friends that I ain't been with. So, I don't do all that female friend shit. Like, what can I possibly do, honestly, with a female friend that I either can't do alone or do with my partners or family or whatever? I mean, seriously, like, play Uno, play Jenga, Scrabble. I would like to play butt naked poker, but can't do that. So, what can I do with a female friend that's acceptable that I would even want to do? Go skating? I mean, especially while I'm in a relationship with a woman. If that's the case, I just do it with my girl.
Right.
That's my thing. So what's the point of having male and female friends? I mean, real talk. I mean, I just think it should be relationship etiquette is all I'm saying. Now, for the people in YouTube world, y'all do y'all relationships the way y'all want to. You ain't gotta listen to me. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you my perspective. And everything is within reason. I don't want nobody, you know what I mean, to get off the live stream and tell your girl, quit your job because you got a male boss. No, stop. Because some dudes will take it that. That's not what I'm saying. Everything is within reason, and every situation has to be looked at from a different angle. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, Jones, there is relationship etiquette. There is a right and wrong way to do everything. And, look, we just want to avoid the confrontation. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. You see what I mean? That's my thing. The male and female friend thing, it has to be monitored. It has to be regulated. You dig? Because if not, that shit will get out of hand, man. Let me tell you something, man. If I'm dating a woman, if I'm with a woman and I find out that it's one thing when she talk to our girlfriends, whatever, or family, that's different about me. Good or bad, I got to eat that. Pause. But if she talking to like a guy friend about us or about me, I'm thinking Old Testament, right? For real. I'm really thinking Noah. I'm thinking Old Testament. I'm thinking Abraham, Isaac. At the end of the day, I probably would be furious, and that relationship at that point would be on its way to be done, because that ain't relationship etiquette. Go talk to a therapist if you just want to get something off your chest. If you throw me under the bus to the streets with one of these Negroes, it's certain. I got deal breakers. I'm like anybody. I got deal breakers. You know what I'm saying? If a woman throw me to the streets to a Negro, or any dude for that matter, you know what I'm saying? Particularly to a Negro, because these niggas gonna talk. I'm just being honest. These niggas gonna speak. They gonna talk. that would be hard for me to let go because you could have talked to anyone. You could talk to your friend, sister, cousin, mom, father, whatever. You could have talked to people at the church, wherever you go. It's people that you could talk to. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people you could talk to. But if a woman threw me under the bus to a Negro, I can only imagine where I would take it, because to me, that's a violation.
Right.
So you gotta have relationship etiquette, man. And a lot of people, truth be told, in 2022, don't need to be in a monogamous relationship. They don't need to be in a one-on-one relationship. They just don't. I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, I don't have enough time to get into every reason, but I'll give a few. For one, in 2022, you know, just as people, like regardless of romantic relationships or not, we don't even have the skills to deal with other people the way we should. We don't even have the skills to maintain friendships. We don't have the skill set to maintain family relationships because we're so isolated. We're so busy building our personal brand. You know, we're so self-absorbed that it's past romantic stuff, man. Like, you know how many people having a hard time just being best friends with somebody? How many people that you know claim they friends, but they fall out twice a month, once a month? Like, or fall out with family that they claim close or whatever. I haven't talked to my sister in 3 years, or I ain't talking to my brother, you know, all that crap. You know what I mean? I ain't talking to my dad because yo, man, that's not a good sign.
Right.
I'm being honest. Like, somebody that you supposed to love.
Right.
Like, we don't choose our family. Hold on. Like, we don't choose our family, but we could barely get along with the people we supposed to get along with. We have a hard time dealing with coworkers and this. So basically what I'm saying is we don't have the skills to be in a relationship, because once you choose to get into a union, get into a relationship or marriage or whatever you into, whatever you want to define your relationship as, you shared a piece of yourself to allow somebody in. You open yourself up, you open that door, whatever, and you bring somebody in. It's not about you no more. You know what I mean? It's not my bad. Y'all probably couldn't see me. It's not totally about you no more. Once you make that decision, now you ain't have to make the decision to have a relationship, but you know, you might have did it for selfish reasons, all the wrong reasons. But what I'm saying is, a relationship is not about you. Right. You could have been just fine being single, but when you brought somebody into your life, you made a decision to say, I want to wake up every day and show you how much I like you, how special you are, how unique you are. I want to show you who you are. You make that decision every day in a relationship. Like, you took on the rigorous task of letting the man know or letting the woman know or whatever that I want to assist you in your evolution in life.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? I want to support that mission of you growing and evolving unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? That to me, that's a relationship. So, you know, why do people get into? A lot of people don't need to be into relationships these days. A lot of people don't need to get into them until they have their shit together.
Do you think more people are just dispersing their needs so that multiple people can fulfill it? Like our need of our financial needs, our emotional needs, our physical needs. Do you think we're just feeling like one person? Is it greed? Is it not understanding themselves? Is it lack of meeting someone that they see themselves in because they're so complex? What is it?
Could be all of the above. It's gonna be different for every person, but it could be just all of the above, man. I think that I think most people these days made a decision that say, look, man, I want what I want, period. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who I hurt, excuse me. Regardless of who I hurt, regardless of who I gotta lie to, regardless of, the carnage that I'm gonna leave behind, I want what I want. And there's nothing you could do about that. A lot of people, they just want to have their way.
Right.
We just live in that time. So, we don't really value relationships like we need to. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny because a lot of people complain about the relationship their mom and their dad had, if there ever was one. A lot of people complain about their mom and dad getting a divorce and how it affected them in a negative way, and or some people wish their mom and dad was in the same house, or some people just happy that their mom and dad was married and all this stuff. But if you look at their lives, they didn't make that decision for themselves. And this is how selfish we are as people, that if you know how important a marriage is to raise children in, right, and how important that environment is for a child, and you choose totally different for your kids, that's how selfish we are as people.
Wow.
And I say this a lot on my live streams, man. A lot of this shit is spiritual.
Ooh.
We dealing with some morality, spiritual shit that got to be worked out and ironed out. Now, you got a lot of people that's going to say, well, F a relationship, F a marriage. Well, y'all don't have a better plan to raise kids.
Right.
At the end of the day.
What just hit me just now was, we valued the gift of sex more than we valued the gift of a man or the gift of a woman. And that's far more valuable than sex, in my opinion.
Yeah, the right man or the right woman, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you come across the right man or the right woman, clearly, sex is on the table, but it's not the only thing. The right woman and the right man will have you thinking on a high vibration just because they around you. You know what I'm saying? It's something that tend to happen when you get around somebody that you really, truly care about. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We in a very lost place because, look, for a lot of us too, man, we attaching ourselves to a lot of things that just ain't never gonna make us happy. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. Like we just not, man. You dig? And a lot of us, man, we distract ourselves with sex and all. So, it doesn't surprise me the rates of cheating. You know what I mean? To bring it back around, it doesn't surprise me how much people don't care about a commitment that they made to another person. It doesn't surprise me that somebody can cheat on a wedding night or the day before their wedding. This stuff don't surprise me.
Right.
That, you may have the best girlfriend, boyfriend that you ever had in your life, but you don't even care because you want some temporary gratification. None of this shit really surprised me because, we dealing with matters of the heart when you start talking about some of this wild, wicked shit. So, at the end of the day, you got to choose wisely, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can really say. It's not really, even if somebody was to ask me for advice, it's not really anything that I can say to somebody that would guarantee, yo, your man ain't gonna cheat on you, your woman ain't gonna cheat on you. Ain't no guarantees in this shit, Jones. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, as a man or a woman, you got to set an environment that's conducive for something positive to happen. And you got to just live your life. You can't even concern yourself with that type of stuff. That's my thing, right? Not to say that you ain't got checks and balances. Not to say that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't checking shit if it look fishy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't over concern myself with that type of stuff. If it come my way, I'll deal with it. But I wouldn't lose no sleep trying to figure out if my woman was cheating or not. Because everything in the dark come to the light, bruh. Whether it come to the light tomorrow or next year, it's going to come. So I deal with it when it come to my doorstep. And that's all you can do. Ain't no guarantee in no relationship, man. And another thing I want to talk about real quick. Everybody don't leave their spouse if they cheat. See, you know, we get caught up in the mix as if everybody that catch their husband or catch their wife cheating leaves. Everybody don't think like that. You know how many people stay for the kids, or they try at least a little after for the kids, or you know, they just a forgiving person, or they was cheating so they squared it off. Like, forget it, I got my dirt, you did your dirt. Let's just, you know, to me, those be the best situations, right?
Right.
Let's say a man and a woman was cheating on each other in a relationship. They didn't know, you know, over some time. One of them got caught, right? To me, that's a very adult thing to do. Like, you know what? Let's talk. Man and woman, mano y mano. Let's just chop it up and shit. You've been cheating on me. I got the proof. But I've been cheating on you too. Oh, I have cheated on you a few times. Let's just both stop the BS and get back to what we intended to do in the first place. To me, I respect something like that. Because typically, both people did something wrong. Right. It's very seldom it was only one.
Right.
And I know we playing the battle of the sexes and all of that, and it's fun, but typically, you know what I mean? If you really bust open those closets and you grab that fluorescent light and you go through those dark areas of the closet, you realize both people got fuckery. So, you know, to me, I would respect that, because everybody don't want to leave their situation because they created such a good nest that's conducive for what they got going on. They might got kids and all that shit. So you put everything on the table, like, you know what? I did X, Y, and Z. He be like, yo, I did X, Y, and Z. And then you keep it pushing. Like that. Like, that's what I was going to tell one of my homeboys, man. That just went through a divorce. And the funny part was he caught his wife cheating. But to keep it real, he been cheating for years. And I'm like, bruh. So when he told me he was getting a divorce, I'm like, all right, what happened? I'm thinking he just tired of the girl or whatever. And he had a good wife too. That was the crazy part. Like, he had a really good wife. They had some kids. He had been cheating for years, man. And so like, he told me what happened, and I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, man, she cheated. And I'm like, oh, you caught her cheating? And I'm like, damn, dog. But then I thought about it. I'm like, bruh, all the dirt you did, but he couldn't take it when it happened to him. So, you know, he talked to me about it, and I gave him my advice. When I had to give him some real life advice, I was like, look, man, we know all the dirt you did. You know what I'm saying? We know everything you did. Why don't y'all just work that out for the kids? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I told him. Why don't y'all work that out for the kids? And I told him, I said, you know, like, you don't want nobody else raising your sons. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's the alternative?
Like, I try to give him some adult advice. Not no BS advice. Like, look, you did your dirt. She finally got you back. Like, honestly. Like, she finally got you back,
She
bro.
probably got him back good.
Oh yeah, real good. This nigga was working out. Like the guy she cheated on with, he was in the gym. Like he actually showed me a picture. Like this is what you know. Like real talk. Like my boy gained some weight over the years. This is like you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like he gained some weight over the years, and you know I mean he looked different from when we was in the army and stuff like that. He went from the 6-pack to 32-pack and all of that. His neck kind of fat. So, you know, he ain't feeling the same. He ain't looking the same and all that. So she cheated on him with a butterlade dude. And not only that, he showed me the text messages, right? This was the illest part. This was the illest part about it all, man. He showed me the text messages. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Homeboy was talking big boy shit.
Wow.
Like, yo, come to the crib so I can fuck you.
Oh my god.
This is my man's wife. But I'm like, this is how dirty the game is.
No.
Like, and he's seen all the text messages. And look, and this another thing to the fellas. You know, when you catch those type of text messages when they that blatant, the girl don't care no more. Because a woman that really cared would just erase that stuff and wouldn't keep it in her phone and stuff like that.
Right.
But when a woman start keeping that stuff in her phone and all of that,
she wants you to see
she
it.
don't even care. Like, whatever. So anyway, boom. So he showed me the text. I'm like, yo. I'm like, all right, this is a lot. Because when one thing to hear about it, but when you see it, like, and that's your wife, you would like to think that your wife is at least halfway virtuous for you. At least try to be virtuous. At least try. He like, yo, what you doing? Come to the crib so I can fuck you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You sucking dick today. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I mean, he right to the point. And she like, yes, daddy. I'm like, oh, God, come save me. Come save me. I'm like, I'm looking at, and he sent me the text. And like my boy was going through it. And I was like, I mean, like, I've been through similar situations too. So I understood why he was upset. But let me go back to the advice. Because we talked about it. And I was like, bruh, I say, man, all of that's bad. It's a bad look. I know you're disappointed. But I was like, dog, because they got a few kids together. And I'm thinking about the kids. All boys. I'm like, bruh, you got so much dirt under your fingernails. It's ridiculous. She got her dirt. I told him, I said, I would think about this before I filed divorce. I was like, at the end of the day, you don't want another dude raising your sons. And I gave him some real advice. I was like, man, I know it sounds crazy, but you don't want to look down the road 10 years from now and she got another dude living up in the crib raising your kids. And really, you set the tone for the cheating.
Right.
I had to be real with him.
He probably cheated on her while she was pregnant. That's the most hurtful, I think. I never been pregnant, but I think other than a man just leaving while a woman is pregnant, I think that's the second worst thing a man can do when she's vulnerable like that. Like, dang, you gonna impregnate me and then go chase another woman? And I know the woman is not feeling sexy or beautiful at that time. So that is very, very, very bad. So it's almost unforgivable. Almost.
I mean, I could dig it. I mean, at the end of the day, it just is what it is. Like, I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, like, he forwarded me the text messages and the pictures. Like I say, D was literally in the gym with dumbbells. Wow. Like, he's sending these kind of pictures. And my boy, he felt self-conscious because he hadn't been working out probably about 15 years. So, you know what I mean? He gained mad weight. So shorty, you know what I'm saying? You know, she found him a butterlade dude. And, you know, and my boy was going through it, man. And he sent me the text messages like, yo, Boogie, look at this. And he like, yo, what you doing? Like, she like, yeah. Like, I'm at home cooking dinner, da-da-da-da. He like, come out so I can fuck you. Like, yes, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Or like some of the messages was like, yeah, like, I'll be over there tomorrow. Like, what time you gonna be home? I'll be right over and ride that big dick. Like, this shit, pause. Like, this was crazy. So I'm reading the messages and I'm like, yo, this shit is getting so ill And but that's real life, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's just what it is. So anyway, boom. I'm not even gonna talk y'all ear off all night about just cheating stories and this. Everybody cheats, man. Well, not every single person, but I'm gonna say men and women cheat. We'll never know the exact numbers and the percentages and who doing what when they doing it. All I can say is this, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and I'm gonna get up out of here. On episode 10, if you look at people that have been married for 20, 30 years, to say that the man and the woman, neither one of them ain't got dirt in their closet, that's cap. That's a very long time for people not to have done anything. All cheating is not physical, man. You know what I'm saying? And I explained this earlier. It's not. For people that really, you know, and then you got some people, you got some married couples, some people, grandfathers and grandmothers, they've been together 40 years. You see what I'm saying? They've been together 38 years. I mean, like, you hear these wild numbers, and you was like, well, how did y'all stay married for that long? Like, is it what's going on? But then you realize they worked past a lot of issues. They was mature enough to forgive and move on and didn't let it bother them, and they had a bigger mission in mind. You know what I'm saying? So everybody don't leave somebody because they cheated. Particularly when both of them doing dirt. That's what I've noticed. They tend to get past that. So again, this is something that they taught people back in the day. With our parents or grandparents, great-grandparents. This is what they taught them. This is what the community and the church and everybody taught them back in the day. Like, look, before y'all think about getting married or taking this relationship too serious, understand that every day ain't going to be a good day. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, every day ain't going to be a good day. Y'all going to go through some things. Y'all going to have to get through it. But the biggest thing is the family. All family got problems. You know, a lot of our families, we got all kind of step sisters and brothers and cousins and all of this shit. So, you know, it's how we think about stuff. I think with a mature mind. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't expect to be married to nobody for 30 years and think that ain't nothing happened. But I can control my thoughts. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I can control my thoughts. So my thing is, look, that ain't even nothing I'd be worried about at that time. But go ahead.
Lakeisha, she said one thing. She said sex is a gift. I disagree. Sex is not a gift. It's supposed to be two people who love each other, expressing that love through sexual energy exchange and deep physical connection. I agree with you, but I do think sex is a gift in the sense of it's sacred. Like, the idea of sex, two bodies coming together, two people coming together, preferably in a marriage, and they're strengthening their bond. I think that is a gift that, you know, we don't have to just masturbate. We can be with another person and feel that intimacy. I think that's a gift. I'm not saying a woman is gifting a man of her sex. I'm not saying that.
I can dig it. You know what I mean? Hey, sex is what you make it. You know, it should be spiritual. It should be all of this, but in this day, it's not. You know what I'm saying? You know, you literally can walk out your door and get sex. So, hey, maybe we'll speak about it next time. But shout out to everybody. Look, we're going to go ahead and shut this down. Appreciate everybody for coming to the Nerve of You podcast, episode 10. We'll be right back. I want to say this Sunday, same time, brand new topic. You know, matter of fact, Sunday, we got some studio guests that's going to be up in here. So, you know, y'all make sure y'all tune in Sunday. It's going to be live. We're going to have some fun and whatnot. And I appreciate all of y'all. Follow me on Instagram at CBoogie Productions. Share this live stream. Subscribe to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, peace.